What's up? What's up? It's your favorite guys, Reedie and Zee. We are back for Monday Command. We had a busy day in Ashburn today. Nick Allegretti got a new deal. You're talking about Deebo Samuel potentially being gone. Marshon Lattimore is gone. So we got a lot to talk about. A little combine notes, some things, and what we thoughts about what we could do with the number 7 pick. So make sure y'all stay tuned. We coming right up, Reedie and Zee.
It's the Reedie Zee show. Reedie Zee show. It's the Reedie Zee show. Reedie Zee show. Reedie Zee show.
We are back. What up, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm going back to Cali. What up?
What up? Busy day in Ashburn today. We got a lot to kind of touch on. With the news that dropped today. Breaking news: Marshon Lattimore has been released. Nick Allegretti got a new deal. Deebo Samuel could be gone. Some key topics, and like we discussed, we got the combine to talk about. A few surprises and a few I told you so. So, looking forward to it. But first up, Nick Allegretti, is he our new starting center?
But before we get into that, please do me a favor. If you're new to the broadcast, please like, share, subscribe, send it to your neighbor, your uncle, your cousin, your friend, anybody. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow this channel. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We're like 1827 right now. So 100 and something more to go to get to 2,000. We would greatly appreciate if y'all help us get to that goal so we can make more informative videos just like this one today. But without further ado, we'll go right into it. So go ahead, Kuzi.
Yeah, Nick Allegretti. Is he the starting center come week 1?
I'm underwhelmed.
Is this the corresponding move?
It better not be. It better not be the corresponding move. Because you're not sitting here telling me right now, as it is March 2nd, 2026, that you're telling me that Nick Allegretti is your number 1 center in your program. That's who you marching out there week 1 when we seen last year him getting blown off the ball when he was inside at the guard position. And so you're telling me that he's better than Tyler Biadasz? I don't believe it. And if Biadasz was, I'm hearing that Biadasz wasn't on his game. It's some film out there to kind of collaborate this story or what have you. But Biadasz is always playing injured. So that is a factor as well. I'm not making excuses for him if he didn't, he gave up some things or whatever. But per PFF, he only gave up 1 sack. So it's like, it's not adding up to me. It's really not adding up to me. You're not sitting here telling me that Allegretti is going to be the answer. Now, Juan Gotti from Juan Gotti Talking Sports ain't going to want to hear that because that's a Juan guy. But Reedie's telling you, I'm underwhelmed. I think it's an okay depth signing, you know what I'm saying? Because you need multiple layers of protection just in case of an injury or things of that nature. I think we may be out on the Lindenbaum, situation, given the caliber of player that he is and the money that it's going to take to bring him here. When you still have to sign a Laramie Tunsil, you still have to sign your left guard who's out there, Chris Paul, or go get somebody else and bring somebody else in here. So, unless they got plans for Wiley to be in the starting lineup as well, because they re-signed him. Now, if we would have asked us a year ago, NFC Championship time, nobody would have seen that coming. Nick Allegretti and Wiley being re-signed, we would have said, get them both the fuck out of here. And now they're back on deals. I think this is good depth piece, but Wiley, he reinvigorated himself last year and was better inside. I like him as a guard better than a tackle. But Allegretti, I'm not necessarily sold on Allegretti. I don't think he did enough. Or maybe I missed it. Or maybe I was too busy pouting, mad because we was losing. Which one was it? Maybe I wasn't paying attention that well. Because I kind of tapped out. What you think, Z?
I think you're pretty much on point. You already know me and how I felt about the whole Allegretti situation. I mean, he's a good good depth piece. I mean, when he came over from Kansas City, we kind of looked at the situation like, oh yeah, he's coming from a Super Bowl caliber team. He's a three-time Super Bowl player. Woo woo woo. Where year one kind of like the way things kind of played out, he was just more of a just one of the guys. He didn't come in and like spark anything or take over and wow anybody. I mean, he was cool, and that's pretty much how I looked at it. Last year when the offseason started and we drafted, well, we drafted Connerly. We looked at the old line like, okay, cool. We got Tunsil, we got Coleman, we got Piatis, we got Cosme when he get back. Wiley was the holdover, and then Connerly Jr. And then kind of Chris Paul came, knocking on the door and ended up taking the left guard's spot. And I mean, so Allegretti was still one of those rotational guys. Like I don't see where the break was in the season or at some point of the season where he, gained trust to even be a starter in the league. I know he started at center the last two games. And, shout out to Asia. She did mention one key point that, the offense running game definitely was a little bit more fluid the last few games. I don't know if that attributes to Allegretti or not, or contributes to, the opponents that we were playing and if they was playing for anything or whatnot. Not 100% sure on that, but I still don't think Allegretti is starting caliber in this league. Now, again, being a good depth piece, he can help you out at center, he can help you out at guard. What I mean? And we like the position flex. One of the key reasons Wiley back is because he can play tackle, he can play guard, four positions on the line. And what I mean, he can do a pretty solid job at it. So I wasn't too mad at the Wiley his deal bringing him back. But I'm not mad at keeping Allegretti as a guy, but to kind of it seems like the story's being painted that he may be the starting center. I don't know, and I'm trying to just stay calm about it. I wanted to early kind of go in and kind of express myself and express frustrations, but I said I'm a scale back and again because it's pre-draft, it's pre-free agency. Things can change next week when the transfer period open up. As you stated, Lindenbaum is going to be out our price range. You're talking 20 plus million a year when you're already, working on a deal with Tunsil. You already extended Cosme. What I mean? It just doesn't, the math just not adding up where, you go out and you pay 20 plus $1 million for a center. So don't think Lindenbaum will be here at all. But what I mean, there's other centers out there, maybe in the draft as well. So we'll see how it play out. But as of today, if I'm starting the year week one with Allegretti as my starting center, I believe that's a problem. And I hope that we have bigger plans, right there in that spot.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I agree 100%. That definitely is a problem. Problem for me. I don't know if they're looking at Connor McGovern or some of these other guys that are coming available. Because stuff is starting to happen as we get a little bit closer to Monday's tampering period on March 9th. We'll start seeing other guys released and things that we didn't think was going to happen over the next couple of days. So, interesting, as people are trying to get low, what I'm saying, as they stay in tunk, I'm trying to get low. They're trying to get low so they can get these cap hits down so they can go out and pick up some pieces, or whatever. I think he's capable, to answer your question, Unc. I think he's capable of being a good backup center. I don't believe he's a starter in this league as well. He had his opportunity. I was giving him a little bit of, just a little bit of hope when he came in from Kansas City, with his pedigree, they were kind of talking him up, saying he came in and spelled guys in pivotal, parts of the season. But just seeing his play since he's been here in Washington, I'm not sold. So hopefully there is another move to come, or maybe something in the draft, or we'll see. But this definitely cannot be who you're trying out there week one, because if we're trotting him out there. I told Z earlier, Dan Quinn, you might as well just go ahead and pack your bags because this going to be this it for you, shorty.
Yeah, and that I made, and the point you just made kind of had me think too. Even when he came in that first year, we, before drafting Coleman, well, we actually drafted Coleman, and Coleman was the left tackle. So, Allegretti was projected to be that starting guard, and then, he was actually rotating snaps with Dieter, and we already know Dieter been getting blown off the ball since this first day in camp. Like, it's just like crazy. So it's just like, why? If he was battling for a spot with Dieter, and then he didn't secure or lock in any spots this past year with injuries on the line, what I mean? Because again, Wiley ended up being the right guard. What do we do? What are we doing here? So I hope we got a better corresponding move. Pending
Yeah,
for this position.
that's the point. Like they're saying, Willie talking about this. It's a bold take. It's not a bold take because you starting off very bad. If you are y'all gonna sit here and tell me that Allegretti is the answer at center, and they're talking about putting JD5 under center more when he was getting blown off the ball at a guard position, and now he's at the most pivotal position that touches the ball every single play. That center to quarterback exchange. And then you got to think his big ass falling back, getting blown off the ball, stepping on Jaden's foot, he twists his ankle. Anything could happen. Like that is a big move right there. And we sitting here about to say we gonna be sold on this. Nah.
Yeah, he played center and guard for the Chiefs. He was rotational. I think in the Super Bowl he played center, but for most of the year he played guard or something like that. I remember being, and they said he held his own, during that time. But again, since he been over here with us, I mean, he ain't really.
I'm just saying it's possible. Anything is possible. It's the NFL.
It's definitely
He
possible.
could get better, and he could be a good option at center. But just what I've seen at him interiorly at the left or the right guard, wherever you have put him up and down the line, like they're saying that them 2 games, running game was so great or whatever. I'll be the first to admit, Reedie checked out. So maybe I'm not on to something that y'all seen them last couple games or whatever from him. But I'm just going off the stuff that I did see with him, and it wasn't that good. And I think that I would just say I prefer a better option than him. He might be the guy though. But to me, Dan Quinn, you're going out on a limb on a lot of stuff. Like that's like Adam Peters will fuck around, get you your job, cost you your job because they're going to keep Peters because GMs get chances. Head coaches don't get chances.
Yeah, we definitely that's definitely important. Like, why wouldn't you secure what? That's why I say I just think and hope that it's more, a better corresponding move because you're not going to put trust in a guy like him to protect Jaden in a situation where he's definitely going to be more under center. Like, you typically don't even just change your center like that. Like, Jaden has 2 years under Biadasz, and the third year you come and making a switch. Like, I don't think Biadasz was that bad. Now again, eye in the sky. Yeah, if it's some medical shit and that they, undisclosed or whatever, cool. I get it. And I mean, there was when it happens, they end up pulling out a clip where against Green Bay where was it Quay Walker just ran right by him and he was looking around in circles and gave up the sack. What I mean? Now I can't pinpoint a bunch of those, but again, I'm not eyeing in on Biadasz every single fucking play that I'm watching the game. So I don't know, but I felt like for the most part he was a solid guy coming up on his third year. Shit was moving smooth because year one he was, he was definitely held it down. It was no complaints. But in everything I've been hearing, like from Cam and a lot of other people, they're saying that there was a drop off in year two and the injury didn't help. So that's just where we at with it. And they were able to, post June wanted save $8 million on the cap. So I guess it just made dollar sense. What you laughing at?
Every time you say the aforementioned Kime, I want to say my little spill about it, but I'm gonna chill.
Go ahead.
I'm a chill. I'm a chill on
Yeah,
count.
no, for real. So like, I mean, and again, overall, like we even had this conversation because a lot of guys are saying, different chats that we in, a lot of guys are saying we need to upgrade the O line. We need more O line. The O line has been solid. The O line finished the year strong. I feel like the O line was one of the brighter spots last year. Now, there was some pressure on Jaden a lot. Mariota as well, but I feel like that was a mixture of different things, scheming, timing, and a lot of other things that fell into that window. But overall, I think that our offensive line is solid. I didn't think it needed to be touched, but they felt the need to, so here we are.
Yeah, if you're watching on Instagram, please go over to Reedie Zee on YouTube. We're going to start pushing everybody to the YouTube channel. If you're following us on Instagram, please like, share, subscribe over on the YouTube side of things. We're trying to get our YouTube on and popping. We thank y'all for y'all support. And again, if you're new to the program on Instagram, or if you're on X or you are on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. At least hit the thumbs up, what I'm saying, so we can get rolling in the algorithms, more people can see the video. We just, like always say, we just two guys that just love this team. You know what I'm saying? We don't know it all, but we let it chop it up about it. So that's what we doing, man. We thank y'all for your support. Much appreciated.
No question, no question. So, moving right along to the next topic, long awaited. We pretty much knew this was happening. We didn't know when it was going to happen. We kept hearing about it. It was expected. Then a report came out earlier that it was expected for, Marshon Lattimore to be released. And then the official word came out probably like an hour later that he was released. It's been known that we'll be saving 18.5 million against the cap space, with releasing him. And I mean, I've been hearing rumors. Just before we got on, Unc sent me something too. There's a report saying that it might end up being 15 million rather than 18 because there's a $3 million settlement that's pending. Haven't really seen that elsewhere, so I'm not reporting that out. But that is just some words just kind of swirling right now. So we'll see how that all play out. But whether it's $15 million savings or $18 million savings, he was gone, and I'm glad he gone. We can just rid that whole experiment. We took a L. We lost that trade, and now we can just finally just move on. You don't have to, sit around and wait and try to force him on the field when he get back and things like that. So I'm just glad is we just washed our hands with it. We can move along. Trey Amos, Mikey, and whoever else we gonna have at the corner spot. Let's get things rolling in the right direction there. Corner is a key position in the defense. I mean, in any defense, but with Durante Jones, they talk about how he physical corners that can lock up in man coverage to help with his blitzing and the different packages that he runs on defense. So I expect some upgrades there. Whether it could be, we pull some guys via free agency, or we could. There's been rumors of Mansour at 7. I don't know, but we know that we got some movement in that room, and we're gonna have a new corner at some point, whether via the draft or free agency. So, let's talk about a Marshon Lattimore, who originally was a Reedie guy, and I asked you earlier, at what point in the season did the tide turn, for Marshon Lattimore? Because at one point Reedie was saving him, like, man, we should keep him. He may, he's not as bad as he is. Like, y'all making him out to be. And then that one day, Reedie just woke up and was like, get him the fuck out of here. So, like, yeah, let's talk about it, Reedie. Was Marshon your guy? You wish him well elsewhere? How you feeling about that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish him well.
before you go, it's an injury settlement. Asia, since he was injured, he got hurt during the season. It'll be an injury settlement. But again, I'm not sure how true that is. But go ahead.
Yeah, I wish him well. Thank you for your service. Much appreciated. we're behind the 8 ball because of you. You know, it didn't work out. Like you said, the experiment didn't work out. I wanted it to work out so bad, I really did. But we're here. It is what it is. Um, I think I fell in love with the player that he was versus the player that he became to be with us. So I hope he goes elsewhere. Sometimes they say, every scheme ain't the right scheme for you. So he goes elsewhere and he's able to do what he does, best or whatever. He got some legal things going on. He had to pulled over with the gun in the car. So he got an injury. He got a lot going on. So hopefully he bounces back and he gets picked up somewhere else. I'm pretty sure he will. Um, Anytime St. Jew and others got jobs, I'm pretty sure he'll get a job.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really got to say about that. It's not really a win. I don't really want to hash that out when I got tired or this, that, and the third. I just think it just was a culmination of like you mad because you getting cooked and you want to fight. Like, come on, dog. Like, lock in. Like, he showed flashes, but he just never could sustain anything. So it just was like, all right, enough is enough.
Mm. So what type of real replacements do we see out there, for him? Like, do we, I haven't really heard much about. Well, they was talking about Seattle was going to potentially use the franchise tag on Walker, which ultimately didn't happen. So do they use it on the corner? What's their corner? Is it
Reek
Reek?
Wolf.
Yeah. So do they use it on Reek, or if they don't, like, do you see Reek going back? Is that somebody we could potentially look into, or do we go back into the draft? How do you feel about this cornerback market right now?
I mean, there's some options out there to kind of bring in free agency, or this is more so a John question about the draft. I haven't done my research enough to know the back end of the draft, getting somebody in the 5th round or whatever round it is to come in here as a depth piece. But you got Jonathan Jones coming back. Um, you know,
Well, we don't know. He a free agent,
he
so
said it was a 1 year deal. I thought it was a 2 year deal.
nah, he a free agent. So it was basically we would have to resign him.
Okay. There
You
goes
got
that
Trayvon
theory.
Diggs. You got Trayvon Diggs out there.
Not interested.
Jamel Dean.
I'll take Jamel
Uh,
Dean, Reek Woolen, or some others or whatever. Somebody that's gonna come in here quietly just work. You know what I'm saying? Not a diva, just a solid corner that can, come in here. You got Mikey going into year 3. You got Amos going into year 2. Um, you know, so we'll see. We'll see. That is going to be a position of need to get. Um, and we'll see how this pass rush or whomever we get via free agency, or if we're going to or if we're going to draft a edge rusher with the first pick at number 7, or are we going to do what I think we should do, or we'll see what they're going to do. Well, free agency will tell us it all, but we got to marry that defensive line with that secondary and with that intermediate level and the linebacker level. We can do all of that. We'll be fine. Hopefully it's a lot of pressure looks and getting quarterbacks off the spot, just not letting them be comfortable back there. So, hopefully these guys can, whoever they bring in that corner, I don't know. And I'll just be throwing names out there, but I don't really know like what's a good real fit for us at corner based off of the market.
yeah, I heard. I'll say murmurs. That Jeff Okuda could be somebody that we look into. Only 27. Coming off a year 6, he was in Minnesota with Durante Jones. Would be cheap. His previous contract was about what, 2.5 million. So that could be a guy. Greg Newsome. I feel like that at one point there was some trade rumors around them when he was still with the Browns. Could be somebody to look into.
Yeah, that was sneaky about 2 years ago. That was
Yeah.
we were kind of clamoring, as Herb like to say, for Newsome. I remember that
Yeah,
word of the day,
definitely.
clamoring.
Good. Good, but about Jonathan Jones though, he could potentially come back. I did see a tweet earlier saying that, and I can't remember if it was Standick or Kime, but they was basically saying that don't be surprised if we brought Jones back. Which I mean I'm not totally against it, but one guy that I want to see come back would be Noah I. I feel like that again. He's a young corner. I mean, he plays physical. He plays aggressive when given the opportunity. I mean, he's not the greatest. He's not the best, but at times he's shown flashes to step in and be solid. So I feel like again, that's a guy that we can keep in the building that will be cheap. That maybe he could pan out and be a number three corner. I don't know, but I like Noah I because I feel like he puts in the work.
Yeah, but Noah I's a depth piece. He's not a starter.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
I
a starter.
mean, that's what I'm talking about. Depth piece. That's what I'm saying. Like just in the room.
I
I
mean,
still think
shit. I mean, do you think they feel confident enough to put Mikey on the outside and kick Noah I back in the slot as the
they
nickel?
might, they might, or do some rotations because I expect them to blitz Mikey. I expect Mikey to be blitzed, but
Yeah,
definitely
we've been
not like
expecting that for
Noah.
2 years.
Not as
We
a
ain't really
star,
seen much of it.
huh?
We'll see. I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
we've been
yeah.
expecting that for 2 years. We ain't seen none of it.
I feel like year one they did a little bit of it.
Nah, he had that one time he came off the edge and he made a play or something like that, where he was up.
Wasn't it against the Eagles that year?
I don't remember the game off the top of my head, but I remember it.
Yeah,
But it really wasn't much of like what he did at Michigan. It wasn't like that.
yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, so I mean, other notable names: Tre'Davious White, your boy St. Jew. We don't want no parts of that though. Um, Cam Tyler Britt, free agent, but I'm sure he'll be re-signed.
Monday is gonna be the day. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, Monday is the day
March
for
9th.
sure. Oh yeah, I did hear. Even though he's a little older, somebody was like Fabian Maru might be get a look. I don't know about that one though.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm cool on Maru too. He was a Z guy when he was here though. So yeah, we'll see how that cornerback market play out. Man, go from there. But again, like Reedie mentioned earlier, if you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe at Reedie and Z on all platforms. We on the road to 2K. Help us get there. And if you would like to support the channel, you can do so via super chats or via Cash App, money $ Reedie and Z.
Man, for
So
real,
yeah,
like all jokes aside, not to cut you off, brother, but all y'all be in the comments all day on Instagram. Bruh, it take 2 seconds. It's free and it's for you. You can't get it at Walmart, Target, Safeway, Giant. Yo, it takes nothing. Just hit the like, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. I'm pretty sure y'all over there watching certain videos or whatever. Just hit the subscribe button. That's all we ask, man. We just trying to get to 2K. We're trying to continue to grow this thing, man. We thank y'all.
correct. So next topic. Deebo Samuel expected to move on. So I asked. I mean, it's a rumor right now. I mean, it's been reported a couple of times that he could be outpriced. I mean, basically in the sense of he could garner 20 plus million a year, and is that something you're going to give? That's kind of like wide receiver two money. Are you going to turn around and give that to Deebo? Is he going to be able to produce, at a high level? A lot of people feel like Deebo didn't do enough last year. I felt like, I mean, he showed that, he can still play. He maybe not the Deebo of old, but I feel like in an offense where he's not called upon to do so much that he can succeed. So,
You
when
know,
we
go ahead.
hmm? Now I was gonna say, like, when we looked at the situation, like if we could pair, Terry with another receiver and then have Deebo as well, that might work out. But locking in and honing on him being a number two and let alone be your number one in a situation where Terry goes down. I feel like we just kind of had to call on his number a little bit too much this year. And yeah, it just not he's not that player anymore. So is that the reason why he's walking? Because I think he can go somewhere else and still probably be somebody else's number two, or used properly as the number three, the gadget guy we see that we talked about. So rumors saying that he could go back to San Fran. So we don't know, but like, how are we feeling? Like, was Deebo ever really a real fit for this offense?
So I'm on record saying that he's a part of Reedie's plans. My plans for what we need to add to be the offense that I wish for us to be. Debo is a part of those plans, but if the money situation ain't the money situation, then it is what it is. We don't know what he's asking for, but I would say if it's 20 million, that's 2 million more than he got last year because they went ahead and guaranteed his contract at 18 million last year, right? That's what I remember.
Correct. Yeah, they restructured,
So yeah,
moved some money around. Yeah,
so I think he deserved a $2 million raise. The cap then went up by X amount of dollars. Like I just think that with the right supporting cast, he could have been more of a weapon. But
absolutely.
he can't do it he's not a player that you could just put it all on him. So like if we had a Terry McLaurin, he didn't hold out most of the offseason and come in and then give us nothing the first 2-3 games, then get injured. We don't know how that goes. If we had another receiver, somebody else around him, if we had a Treylon Burks or somebody that could have took some pressure off him earlier in the season, or if a McCaffrey or whomever, a Jalen Lane would have came in and everybody would have stayed healthy. You have a healthy Jaden Daniels to go along with a healthy Austin Eckler, then we don't know. It could have been the Deebo of old, but what they were asking him to do, it was just a lot on his shoulders, and then the other guys couldn't get no separation. So, I'm kind of torn on it. Like I would say, re-sign him. I don't think 20 million, 22, 21 ish is a lot in the receiver market for him, but I would say we do need a solid number two. I'm on record saying we need to go out and get Pierce from the Colts, bring somebody else in here, or if you draft somebody, if a Cornell Tate is there at 7 and you feeling, Froggy or Jordan Tyson or somebody is there, or one of these receivers. I wouldn't say Zachariah Branch or somebody like that because I don't think he ain't taking them that high. But whomever, say you get him in the 3rd round or something like that, then okay, cool. But we don't know. But me personally, like I wouldn't be squawking about a $21 million, $22 million deal. You know what I'm saying? He was getting 18 last year. Like that's just the receiver market. It's lesser caliber receivers that's making pretty good money. So, you know, it is what it is. But the writing kind of was on the wall. You know what I'm saying? He was going on the podcast and stuff like that when he started set. Because originally he said he wanted to come back, run it back. And then after it was like the exit interviews and things of that nature, then the narrative came out of I want to be back in San Francisco. I wouldn't mind going back here. So when that happened right there, I said, oh yeah, they must have told him that they ain't looking to resign him.
Yeah. Yeah, if not that straight up, they probably just gave him some bluff ass comment, and he just kind of read in between the lines. But what Age is saying, I definitely feel like we let him down too, and I think it was just again the circumstances. Who knew that Terry would be holding out all that time, and come back and then we get those injuries? Who knew that Jaden would be injured? Who knew all that went on with our team this year was going to happen? So the expectations was much higher, and that alone for me was more of a reason to run it back to kind of see what it is. But again, we got a whole change of scheme. Blau is talking. He's taking sprinkles from Johnson, from Cliff, from other people. So, he's gonna scheme it up differently. Maybe he's not a fit, maybe he is. We don't know, but it definitely, the writing on the wall definitely looks like that, he won't be here. And yeah, it's just one of those situations. It sucks. I definitely want to. I feel like I like Deebo. Like I think that he definitely qualifies to be a Z guy. I like his attitude. You know what I mean? He show up for work. He work hard. He's giving back to the community. You know, shit like that. I just think he's a cool person and a good person to have on your team. And again, I wish that could have worked out here, but it just doesn't seem like it's the proper fit. And like they're not going, don't seem like they're going to spend that type of money in the wide receiver room. And if they do, you know, it could potentially be for someone with more upside, you know, more potential. And you know, looking like even just looking at the wide receiver market, you got Mike Evans, Pickens already been tagged. You know, Pierce, they was talking about he potentially could get tagged or re-signed. Rashid Shaheed is an interesting one. You know, a guy with speed. Kristen Kirk. You know, he had got a big deal, what, probably like 3-4 years ago when he went to the Texans. They're saying that he may garner like 18 million a year. So it could be, you know, that's a guy that taller guy, you know, faster, more of an outside receiver. That could, you know, potentially be something there, but I don't know. There's been a lot of talks about, you know, Romeo Dobbs. You know, there may be some interest. Wandale Robinson, I'm not sure how much interest there is there. Then you got Tutu Atwell. So those are some of the, you know, notable names in free agency right now. But you know, for me, I would make the statement and say if Deebo Samuel and Mike Evans cost the same amount of money, give me Mike Evans. And that's simply on the strength of Mike Evans just being a bigger target. And you know what I mean, in the red zone on key third downs, like when we need big plays, go to pause, big 13. So, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how that play out. But again, I would rather pay Mike Evans 18 million a year or 20 million a year for 1 year, or however it be, rather than to pay Deebo. That's just me though.
Did my ears just hear what I thought I heard you say?
What that I said pause?
You rather give you Mike Evans.
Mike Evans over Deebo. I
Okay.
would.
This is a new Z. This is a
Well,
new Z. Oh my God.
Mike Evans over Deebo today.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'm here for it. Never thought I would hear you say that.
Why not? I mean, it's the
You
truth.
always talking about niggas is too old, da 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 da, whoop de woo.
I mean, Mike Evans is Hall of Fame. Like Mike Evans, like that.
I
It's a different
mean,
breed.
what's the same thing? Keenan Allen probably is a Hall of Famer as well.
Keenan
So
Allen ain't
you
Mike
want to bring
Evans
him in
though.
here? He ain't Mike Evans, but I'm just saying they're comparable. Comparable.
Yeah.
And Keenan Allen, he went out. He went to when I was saying Mike Evans, Keenan Allen before you, well, you really wasn't. So what changed your mind on that one?
You said you were saying Mike Evans, Keenan Allen. I don't never
I remember I
see
was
you
saying like
vouch for
early
Mike
when
Evans.
I figured out that Mike Evans was going to be a free agent this year or whatever. I started saying Mike Evans, and you was like, yeah.
Nah, I don't think I said that. You might got to roll back the tape if I did, but I don't think I said that. Not about Mike Evans.
Okay.
Man, I need
That's
receipts. Show me the receipts. Whitney Houston, show me the receipts. We won't have someone over his head most of the time. I feel like Jalen was drafted too high, much like Luke. He's a project, super project.
I don't think people think that I don't think Jalen Lane is a bust. You can't say he's a bust off of 1 year. But he had 3 touchdowns, 3 punt return touchdowns. And that's what he was brought here for, to be a special teamer guy. Like, and to evolve into a role as a wide receiver. So he can't possibly be considered a bust because he did what he was supposed to do, what he was brought here for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how many years Z's been asking for a punt return touchdown or for anybody to do anything on punt return? And he made electric happen 2 or 3 times. So I don't think that's a bust. I think that shows me a lot of potential and a lot that he can grow from off of that. So I don't think that when did they take him in the 4th round?
3rd or 4th. Might have been a 4th.
I mean, they might have took him because people probably was trying to, go get a returner. Like a returner is something like so. is a key position that you want to have. Like when Dallas got what's the boys what was the returner for Dallas that was always that ran it back last year on us, not this past season, but last season at home. What's his
Turpin.
name? Yeah, Turpin. Like I was just like, why we don't ever go get no like it's other guys around the league that just be tearing it up in the return game. And I just be like, damn, why we ain't never go get nobody like that? You know what I'm saying? Now they went and got one that can take it to the crib from wherever. And we can't, who can say he's a bust? Because he wasn't expected. Why would you expect him to be a wide receiver? When he was at Virginia Tech, he wasn't a number one receiver at all. So you expect him to come in the league and just immediately be a number three? He was probably a 3 or 4 there in college. So
Yeah. But yeah, so my bad. I was trying to bring that comment down. So NFL Combine standouts. Who helped themselves in the combine? You want to start with
Sonny
your favorite guy?
Styles, Sonny Styles helped himself a lot. I was saying just outside of the top 10, he's probably in the top 10. Jeremiah Love, I mean, he did what I expected him to do. I knew he was going to do that. So like that didn't surprise me. I ain't gonna get into all of that. I told you so, but you know, it is what it is. Um, I think some of those other guys, like the Washington guy sent you from
Yeah,
Arkansas, the
Malik
running back,
Watson. Yeah.
I think he helped himself a lot of like on the back end of the draft. Like there's a lot of guys like this draft has a lot of upside, and I really wasn't like tuned in to like realize that it's a lot of talent in this draft.
Yeah.
A lot of talent in this draft. So I don't know.
Yeah, definitely love. I think that people was talking about that he could be top 10. I think I mean he kind of closed that into potentially top 5, top 6. Tennessee scares me at that pick. I mean, pairing him with Cam Ward would be something that anybody would want to do. Pairing him with your young quarterback, and having a 1-2 punch for years is a dream. Something that I would definitely want here. So when a lot of people ask why would you draft a running back, like just envision Jaden and Love. Like Love is coming in on year 3 of Jaden's deal, of rookie deal. So you talking about year 4, year 5, year 6 is when a new deal kicks in. So
Right,
Love will be in year 3 at that point,
right.
getting ready to get his deal and stuff like that. So like these guys will be married together for years. And it'll be a dynamic duo. You know what I mean? And I'm one of the biggest Bill supporters in this fan base. That
Facts.
what I mean, having Love and Bill together would just be crazy. So that's who I desire us to pick. Like I feel
I
like
mean,
if we don't get Love,
gotta trade back.
I told Reedie earlier, I feel like I would be slightly disappointed on the fact of just not getting him. But on the flip side of it, I mean, yes, there's other talent out there. Sonny Styles, I didn't know that he was gonna come out and have the combine that he had. I didn't really know a lot about him. I didn't know he was 6'5". I didn't know he was that fucking fast. Like the dude seems like a freak of nature out there. So like you can't ignore that, what I mean, what he showed in the combine. Even his brother went out and ran like a 4.28. There was another receiver that ran like a 4.2, 4.3. Like dudes are just flying out there. And I think that it was one other guy that had a great combine. I forget his name. But I just want us to like we gotta whatever we do, we gotta get a weapon. And again, another thing to support Love is what I was saying earlier to Reedie as well on the phone is that at 7 you want a game changer. Everybody wants an edge. Everybody wants a linebacker. Yes, those guys could come in and be immediate help, but are they game changers? Jeremiah Love will be a game changer. You puts the ball and you'll be putting the ball in his hand at least 15, 20 times a game. and he will go out there and make things happy for you. He's going to put up points. He's going to put pressures on defense and things of that nature. So when you're talking game changer and you want to compare, like, yeah, I give Love the nod on that because again of how dynamic he can be and generate points. A top edge rusher, yeah, they can go get some sacks, but are they really generating points? It's going to take some other help and things of that nature to do that. So, me, sign me up for Love. But if not, number two for me would be Styles, and we'll kind of go from there. But I think, like you said, the draft is going to be exciting, but we have to first set ourselves up for success through free agency. We have to be active. They doing all this moving around now, getting rid of Biotis, redoing Allegretti deal, saving some money there. What I mean, go ahead and moving on from Marshon. Now we up to like 90 million. So it seems like, they working on numbers to position ourselves. I think right now we'll be sitting at number 2 in the league in cap money. So to position ourselves to be aggressive. And AP, we have to be aggressive. We can't sit back and watch free agency unfold and see guys just fly off the board. We may have to overpay somebody. You know what I mean? It happens. But just to sit back and just act like, you've arrived, that ain't gonna cut it because we got a lot of holes to fill on this scene, especially if we want to go out and compete this year. And like I said, in year 3 of Jaden's deal. So gotta be aggressive, man.
Yeah, 100%. Gotta be aggressive. I don't know. Like, I think I'm kind of like feeling like after I seen what I seen at the reconfirming what I seen at the combine. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be. We're gonna be able to reach out and touch him. So I'm kind of preparing myself for the what if scenarios. But if he's there, you turn in the card, turn the card in right now. But there are other options out there that we can go look after. I don't think the wide receiver position group helped themselves in this combine.
Tate with that
Or
4
like the top tier guys really didn't really help themselves. Now they still have pro days to go out and put other times and wow people and stuff like that. But just at the combine, just where we're at right now, I don't think they necessarily did that. So that's kind of like pulling some people in to or whatever. But the illusion of that will take a Jeremiah Love. I'm glad that the media has gotten on board with that. Like, we'll probably take him because even if they don't take him, it still helps us out. Because if you got a New Orleans or Kansas City sitting behind you, maybe they want to come up to 7 and throw us their first round pick and throw us a second because we're lacking in other areas, and help us get better. And I'll move back 2 or 3 slots, 4 slots, and get a Sonny Styles or whomever else, because somebody is going to fall. It always happens. Somebody really good is going to fall. Mass or Delaney or somebody like that you can take right there at 12, 13, or even still in the top 10. Still come out of it good. But like I said, like to your point, like he can do it. Like running the football, catching the football, blocking. He is the total package. Pause. Like literally, like complete player. Like immediately right now, hasn't stepped a foot in an NFL game. You put him up there with Jahmyr Gibbs, a Christian McCaffrey. You put him up there with them right now, a Saquon Barkley. Like those are the comparisons. So you mean to tell me that, and I'm not saying that Caleb Downs or any of these other Reuben Bain or any of these other players are not going to be great players, but when it's apples and oranges, you got to put him above them. I could care less if he's a running back, if he's a guard, he's better than them overall as an athlete. You can line his ass up anywhere from the X to Z, put him in anywhere you can line him up. Out the backfield, run the football downhill. He can do it all. So that's why he was always my pick. You know what I'm saying? Because of the versatility and the things that he can do. Now he needs to stop fucking trying to hurdle people before he gets himself fucked up. But other than that, he can do it. What was it 4.36 he ran?
He ran a 4.37 and came right back and ran a
And then a
4.36.
4.36. Like, come on. At 215 pounds, he ran the same time Jahmyr Gibbs runs, and it's probably like what 25 pounds more.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't go down off of first contact. He like what else can you ask for? Like fuck the whole running back. Oh, it's the market for running back has been downgraded or whatever. He's a fucking dog. You go out and get him best player available. Fuck the need, because like you said, like a defensive player, is it going to be an immediate return? Like Aja said, probably not. Maybe, possibly, we don't know. But we know without a shadow of a doubt, if he's healthy, you put him on the field, he helps us right now. Right now, Dan Quinn they don't have the luxury of figuring it out for a year or two. He already had that. They about to get him the fuck up out of here. They got to win now. Year 3, win now. That's it. You got to go get some guys. Because if you don't, we're gonna be right where we were this year. Then the fan base really gonna be going fucking crazy. You passed on him, and then he come in this bitch and he hoop. Then what? They talking about we need a receiver. Okay, we need a receiver. It's receivers out there. Is Cornell Tate and these receivers that's at the top of the draft? Are they at Chase? Are they at JJ? Fuck no. I would even argue next year when Jeremiah Smith and the one from Alabama when they Ryan Wood, whatever the fuck is it, Ryan Williams, when they come out, they're better. So you can't if he's on the table, you got to take that. You got to take that man. I'm sorry. I know everybody want an edge rusher. This is so in love with these edge rushers or whomever. But whomever they want.
Facts. That's real. But yeah, let me check the comments on IG side. So we talked about we want a second just for the record, marinated. Bring back Mikey and Amos. The rest can go. Too costly to bring back Burks. 3-year deal. Oh, he's saying Deebo. He's saying Deebo too costly. Bring back Burks on the 3-year deal. Bring in Dobbs and another nice option. Also, Connell Tate is a good option. We could definitely afford
I don't mind Romeo Dobbs. I don't mind him.
Yeah, I don't mind Dobbs either. Definitely don't. Comment saying over there.
I don't know. Like it's hard. It's hard now that the combine because it kind of threw some monkey wrenches in, and I don't really know where people are gonna go. Like I'm assuming I think I know, but I don't know. It's just like 7 was seeming like it was so good for us right there in that window, but when you go out and you put up that fucking scores he put up, it's just like, damn, this motherfucker might go in top 5.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like shit blew me. I'm like, man, I hope I don't get pissed, bro.
Don't let it be no shit he go at 6. Oh, niggas gonna be mad. Niggas gonna be mad. Boy, oh, don't let us draft. Hey, all of y'all that know me, y'all know how petty I am. Don't let us find a way to draft his ass. Y'all see, I'm trying to get myself some cover now, talking about, oh yeah, I don't know, I might have to take other options. I'm preparing myself in the event we do, so I don't be so fucking mad. But don't let us draft this nigga. If we draft him, boy, I'm gonna talk so much shit, boy. They gonna hate me. Every other 5 seconds y'all gonna see me on Instagram making another video. I told niggas. Niggas ain't want to believe Reedie. They whatever. What's my favorite line? They call me everything but a child of God. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah. But realistically, who do we think is going to be there at 7? I mean,
Realistically, I think
shit.
we trade back. Realistically, I think somebody's going to want to come up and get him. They're going to try to give us a haul, and I think they're going to trade back. And we're going to be mad in the moment, but then we'll get over it because we're going to be able to get more pieces.
That's if it's a haul. But if somebody's willing to trade us a haul to get the 7, they'll be willing to trade the 4. So you know what I mean. We'll see how that go. But what's a haul like?
So I don't know. I'm not really too keen on that whole compensation for
Move back. Yeah. You know what I mean. You say for instance, if the Chiefs come calling, they got the 9th pick. All right, we move back 2 spots. We maybe pick up this 2nd, and I think that's probably like even compensation for moving back 2 picks. But for me, do I want to risk that? Just gaining another 2nd and missing out on love? I ain't. I would draft.
Oh, I would draft his ass too. I fucking trade up for his ass if you leave it up to me. I trade all the motherfuckers with like shit. But y'all want a 3rd? I bet.
Go with.
I trade all the ass to move up. Shit. And then figure that shit out on the back end.
But you know what I mean? I do think that at some point in the draft we will trade back. You know, we may move back from 71 and kind of pick up some more picks. You know, things of the nature. But I just think
with them compensation picks, that like no clarity on that.
Nah, I haven't heard anything about any compensatory picks. The flashy free agent pickup that I think is gonna be. I told you weeks ago. I think we're gonna go get Trey. But I mean, outside of that, I say Mike Evans. And I mean, I don't know how flashy you can say it. I mean, 33, but I'd say that could definitely be a target, like a big receiver in that offense needs it.
And now if they go edge and they go like say we go edge in free agency and we go like receiver or something in free agency, that opens the door.
If they go edge and receiver, edge and receiver in free agency.
Yep, and then they find a way to come with some more defensive, like a corner or something like that. That's gonna be real telling. I can't wait till Monday.
Yeah, they definitely.
Monday is the day.
I definitely think we go edge in free agency for sure. Trade.
I like what's his name? Iwa. What's how you pronounce his name? I always fuck it up. Not F.A.
Come on, Boye.
Oye. I can't remember his name.
No, you're not talking about Boye.
Oye. Help me out, Chad. Who am I thinking of? F.A.O. or some shit. I don't know. One of them African niggas.
Shout out to Unc. Appreciate your super chat, sir. If he's not picked up, would you want us to bring him back on a cheap 1-year deal? Who are you talking about?
Who's not picked up?
Who are you talking about? Who you talking about? Somebody said Odafe. Is that who you talking about?
Owe, some shit like that. That's his name? What's his name, Adrian? FAOA or some shit like that. He's an edge. Tight end. I mean, shit. Kyle Pitts, he's franchised. So the only tight end out there that Reedie would take is Isaiah Likely. You got to go all in on Isaiah Likely. I don't want no fucking Njoku. Me personally.
Likely or Njoku for me. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Tennessee guy either. Conway, what is it? Conway? Not the tight end, Chig.
Oh yeah, the African dude. Okay,
yeah. One of them 3, but like in that order, Likely, Njoku, Chig. But who you talking about On a cheap 1 year deal. I'll try to scroll up and see who you was talking about. See if any more comments on IG. Odafe Owe is what I got.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, likely for sure. B. Rob Dawson and Howard are all gone. We know how this story ends. Go. All we had to do was lose all those pointless games, bro.
If
I don't think we should have.
the previous regime would have just listened to Reedie and draft when I said take JOK, when I said take Christian Gonzalez, I said draft Chase Young, so I gotta eat that one. I was a Chase Young merchant at that time. And these reports about bringing Diami back, please stop that. Please stop that. Z is putting this out there in social media land about bringing back Diami. Playoff Diami, what do you call him? No. Absolutely not. I don't care if it was the vet minimum of 250,000. Don't bring his ass back.
I don't know why you hate on Diami so much.
Fuck him. Not hating on him, but I'm just saying the nigga was ass except for the playoffs.
Diami was trending. He was
Z,
ascending.
you fucking lying.
Diami was ascending.
You fucking lying, bro.
He was.
Niggas lying, bro. Why you lying on here, bro?
He was having a better year.
Now you a fucking Diami lover. He was the same one saying fuck him. He's some shit. Da 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 da. Then as soon as the playoffs came, then all of a sudden you was so miss me with it.
You know, every beginning of the year, I'm like Diami season. Then when he started turning up, playoff Diami. Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, one fucking playoffs to playoff. Then I guess a continuous thing. Fuck out of here. You welling. Boy, it's happening, boy.
Oh, he was saying Deebo. He said, "Oh hell yeah, I'd bring Deebo back in 1 year on the cheap." That was what.
Hell yeah, I would too. I'm already on record saying that bring Deebo back. But you got to go bring in if they go get Mike Evans or they go get Alec Pierce or they go get Romeo Dobbs or they need somebody else.
You got to have some speed
besides Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
we got to and you got to have that. They talking about giving him 10 plus. Y'all man get up, y'all offensive coordinator get up there talking about he trying to get him 10 plus targets a game and all of that. Like, you need somebody else.
Yeah, Tunsil was at the Wizards game. That deal was coming.
That deal better come before Monday.
It ain't gotta happen before Monday. Trust me. If they get into a situation, say if it's a surprise release too, and they want to go run and try to sign somebody, they will call Tunsil ass up quick if they need that savings. And technically, you can agree to deals and sign people and figure out the cap, after that too. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
What's next up?
Next up is the closing. Everybody's saying Diami trash. Playoff Diami was different. Thank you, Willie. You know what you're talking about. But now we touched on all the topics. Go ahead, close us out.
I ain't really got nothing to close us out with, man. Just tune in Wednesday night for the Burgundy Breakdown with Juan Gotti from Juan Gotti Talking Sports, John from the Ballin' and Burgundy Podcast, myself, Reedie, and Z, as we talk the latest developments and things that happen tomorrow and the next day, because I feel like some more chips are going to fall. As we progress. The first chip was Biotish. Then, today we got the Lattimore news. We got the signing of Allegretti. We got the signing of Wiley. So it's going to just keep going. It's going to keep progressing from here. So tune in with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. Send us to your co-workers, other Commanders fans. If they ain't a Commanders fan, send them. Like, pop in the comments. We let it go back and forth with whomever about whatever. It is what it is. It's all love. If you haven't done so, please go over to YouTube and like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. What is funny? Who said something?
Who loves Poppy? Because you said Diami had one playoff, and he said, "Nigga, we all had one playoff. We ain't been in playoffs in like 8 years before that." That's facts.
No, we made the playoffs in COVID year.
Yeah, but still,
We made the playoffs. No, no, no. Niggas always talking. We made the playoffs COVID year. The
I
fuck?
get what he's saying. It wasn't
No, I
exactly.
ain't. I'm talking about you.
What?
We ain't
Okay, we
made the
made it though.
playoffs. Like, come on,
We
man.
haven't really. I mean,
We
Kobe
made the
is
playoffs. We made the playoffs, bro.
Stop it.
Fuck. We won the playoffs. Won the
Heineke versus
division.
Brady.
I don't care. Hey, it's the playoffs.
Yeah,
Playoffs? Talking about playoffs?
go there. But yeah, Thornton, Taquan Thornton, they've been talking about that too. I saw his name pop up on a list saying that don't be surprised if we were interested in him. That was on the Ben Standig, the notes from Ben Standig's article. Fast guy, but
This nigga Z always talking about somebody popped up on a list.
nah, that was on. It was on
Where
there
the fuck
early. I
is these
seen it. I'm
lists
like
at? Z?
Thornton.
Z always talking about a list.
Yeah, ZB on them.
Where's these? You and John?
ZB
Where's these
on them
lists at,
tweets.
bro?
I mean, on tweets. I'm gonna send it to you now.
Go ahead. Yeah, popped up on a list.
But
Go ahead.
nah, Brandon tweeted that earlier that from Standig that we could be interested in Thornton. I don't know.
I guess we're gonna have to start getting all our news from Static and Nikki now from here on out.
Chill, Mo.
We can't confirm Cam no more. It's
Chill.
been what 7 days. He said my man still ain't said shit. Hey,
Chill.
chat, man, what y'all think about y'all man Cam? He a wild boy for that though. Your man ain't even come out and said confirmed it now. He just out here running with unsolicited reports of trainers and they ain't even niggas trainers and shit. You supposed to be the OG journalist in the group, and they can't even confirm you. Like, how y'all feeling about Cam, man? Like, cause like he got some answering to do on that one, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you supposed as a journalist, you supposed to confirm 2 or 3 sources before you fucking run with something. Cam was just was, what Cam was on.
So this joint right here, per the intel from Ben Standig, the Commanders are looking at free agent DNs, Boye Mafe, Odafe Owa. I mean Odafe Owe or Owa, and Arnold Ebikiti. I don't know. The team wants to keep Jacob Martin. Possible that they resign Jonathan Jones. Von Miller preferred landing spot is here if Denver doesn't reach out.
He's another one.
chill on Von. The sense is that we want to bring back McNichols. Names at running back that he could pursue: Rico Dowdle, Tyler Algier, Rashad White, and Kenneth Gainwell. Talking with people at the combine, the sense is that Deebo won't be back. Dobbs and Jennings are names to keep an eye on. Taquan Thornton is drawing interest from Washington. Can't rule out a potential De'Ami Brown return. Decent chance they stick with who they have at tight end, but it all depends on new offensive scheme and how we view Senate. And the guess is that Chris Paul signs elsewhere. Reports is that he will receive a deal anywhere between 8 to 15 million a year. So looks like we will be outpriced on that Chris Paul market.
Why will we be outpriced on that? That's a lot.
You're not going to go give him $15 million a year or $10+ million a year when you got Brandon Coleman on a rookie deal. You got invested money in.
What are you talking about?
He's not ass.
He fucking lost his job. The fuck him. Clearly he's ass. He lost his tackle spot. Then he came in was the guard. He lost that spot.
He didn't lose the tackle spot.
That tells me you're ass.
He didn't lose the tackle spot. They gave it.
He lost the tackle spot because they brought somebody in that was better.
They gave it to
That's losing his spot. It ain't no giving shit. He lost his spot.
He ain't lose his spot.
He ain't
they upgraded the position.
That nigga ain't it, bruh. Like, come on, bro.
I'm not gonna say that about Coleman. I'm not gonna say that about Coleman.
Saving him, bro.
It's year 3. I mean, he started his rookie year. He got some good reps last year. Yeah, he lost his spot. Whatever happened, I don't know. I'm still confused by it. But
fucking confused. You know what happened?
I don't know what the fuck was going on. I'm confused by it. But
Yeah,
even when he played after that, he still gave some, some good solid reps. I mean, he's not top tier, but I mean, year three, they say people tend to trend year three. So hopefully make a break. And he cheaper. I don't think Chris Paul that much better than to go out and be paying him $15 million a year.
it's because of his name.
Nah.
I mean, that clearly it is, and he's like not. I don't want to say he's a journeyman, but he took a while to kind of ascend. So that's what that in the back of your mind, you want to say he ain't worth it because he wasn't a top tier dog from the get go.
I don't necessarily say that because I
Anytime you
felt
make an
like no.
excuse for Brandon Coleman, who was given a starting position at left tackle, they went out and made a trade, gave up shit to get some to bring somebody. That ain't just giving somebody a job. They took that shit from him. Then they gave you a solid, they moved you inside to the guard position, starting. You was up out of there, week 6. And the guy came in after you and played well all year. What are you not missing? What are you missing, Z?
What you say your new shit is?
What?
2 things can be true.
Fuck out of here.
2 things can be true. He did
Outta
he
here.
did lose his spot. He did those things that you're saying. But at the end of the day, when you're evaluating where you at now, and you know you about to give Tunsil some money, you already paid Cosme. Like you ain't got much money to be spending on, or more money to be spending on O-line. And if you
that's where you fucking up at.
But
Because
if
your
you
trenches
compare,
should be the number one priority.
correct.
Your
But what I'm
offense and
saying
defensive
is,
line should be your number one priority. Fuck
but
all these
what I'm
flashy
saying is
motherfuckers.
the apples to apples comparison between Coleman and Paul. Paul is not that much of a separation of him being better than Coleman to
Clearly
pay
he is. He's a
him
starter.
to pay him that much money. Just because he started don't mean he's 10 times better. He could be 2 times better is what I'm saying. Like
That's
he's
still
not
separation, Z.
but what I'm saying, that separation ain't worth paying him $15 million. He's not
Bro,
that much better than him.
$15 million is a lot of money for a guard.
Hell yeah, it's a lot of money for a Chris Paul. Yes.
All right.
He ain't reached that. He hasn't reached that tier yet.
He only started one fucking year.
I'm just saying, but he at the end of the day, I'm not knocking none of that. He just haven't reached that tier. Whether he started 1 year, 2 years,
you are.
fuck. He's not in
It's
that
a bias.
tier yet.
It's a bias in your argument, Z.
Nah,
It's okay, Z. We get it. We all see it. Chat, y'all see it, chat, don't y'all?
I ain't got
Z
nothing
is
against
fucking
Chris Paul.
biased. You got something against Chris Paul?
Cap, what I bias about? I ain't gaining shit
biased
from defending Coleman. All I'm saying is when you're evaluating,
you're biased
situations.
He wasn't a top tier talent. He was
not true.
He was low key almost a journeyman. He had to get it out the mud.
I was screaming that we should have kept Lucas. I was screaming that we should have paid Lucas $10 million a year the year before.
Diami bum ass to a $10 million deal last year. He did fucking nut. He had a couple playoff games.
And now we can get him and now we can bring him back for the $6 million that you wanted to bring him back for last year.
That's irrelevant. But that's just I'm just making my point that what's good for him ain't good for him. Fuck out of here.
No, what I'm saying is again, the degree of separation in the money and the talent, it don't add up paying him that much money. It just don't. He could go and pan and work out, but when you evaluate your situation, when you making tough decisions, building a team or however it is, like you got to make some tough decisions. And if he ain't that much better than him, why would I go out and pay him all that money? And I still got this guy on a rookie deal, somebody that I drafted and I still believe in. It makes
they don't believe in that. They don't believe in him.
Believe in him because they do believe in him because they about to let this nigga walk. If that was the case, they would have traded Coleman and got a 6.
Don't tell me what they're about to do off some fucking list that you came up with off of somebody's site. Who said
it? The team. That was Ben Stanic's notes.
All right, okay. Fuck his notes. Them niggas be wrong all the time too.
They do. I mean, he was right about Payne.
He was right about that. I give him that. And Cam was right about a lot of shit. He just wasn't right about the last.
Go ahead. Go.
Hey, Mo, go ahead, man. Hey, Cam, you got some explaining to do, Cam. And you've been ducking Reedie and Z. You know you seen them invites we sent you. You know
Go
you
ahead.
seen them, Cam. You seen them, Cam. Now Z won't be politically correct.
Nah, hey,
They
talk
want
your
Reedie to
shit.
get on my shit.
Talk your shit.
Nah, I'm just saying, Cam. You got some explaining to do, Cam.
Mhm.
Don't be on your what was the dude that used to work for CNN back in the day that used to be Welling? Oh no, Brian Williams for ABC News. Don't be on your Brian Williams shit, Cam. We come to find out that your reporting is false.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let it go though.
Respect.
See y'all Wednesday, bro. See y'all Wednesday.
But yeah, Reedie and Z, we are signing out again. See y'all Wednesday. We'll be on with the Burgundy Breakdown. Appreciate y'all.
Reedie Zee shout.